All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Chris's Sports Corner. Real quick, man, hope everybody's having a great Saturday. All right. Hopefully, this is literally my last video of the internet struggle. This has been a struggle, man. Like, I had to do the video, that's fine, whatever. But it takes so long to upload these videos because I have no internet, so I'm doing it all over cell data. And at the new home, it's not really good service out here. But anyway, that's not what we came here to talk about. First of all, before I get into the video, I just want to say thank you guys, man. Thank you for rolling with me through this journey, man. I know the transition has been a little hectic, but I know you guys, man, you guys have been loyal and faithful to the channel. So thank you guys so much, man. It means so much to me. I promise we'll only get better over here. All right, the Toronto Raptors versus the Indiana Pacers. This felt like I felt like I was finna have to criticize the rotation because in that third quarter, going to halfway through the fourth quarter, I felt like Nick Nurse socked Gary Trent Jr. too long. It got to the point where I was like, I'm Googling, did he get hurt? What happened? Gary Trent Jr. is a lightning rod for this team, man. On both ends of the floor. He can get points. He can be struggling because it's not like he was just dynamite tonight. But it's when they needed the bucket, he was able to get it. When they needed the play, he was able to make it. So I just want to say that contract that they gave him is definitely looking like it's paying off, all right? I know people have their ups and downs with that situation, but when you stop and you really analyze the game, the things that this guy do that is not on the stat sheet, the way he put pressure on the defense, the way that he forces the team, they force the players to get the ball out of the person's hands that they want to get the hand. It's the things that don't show up on the stat sheet that really makes you really fond of Gary Trent Jr. So shout out to Gary Trent Jr., man. They got balling. I did thought that Nick Nurse shot him a little too long. Matter of fact, I get it. It's second out of a back-to-back, so he's trying to get the other guys in, not wear the other guys out, so the rotation a little different. I will say this. I love Nick Nurse rotation sometimes, and sometimes I'm like, listen, because I've said it before and I say it again, I feel like Nick Nurse is one of those guys that, hey, this is my rotation, this is what I'm going with. It's like, sometimes I feel like the game got to dictate a little bit more. Like, all right, the team's struggling. They going through that lull on offense, you know, can't get a bucket. You need to go ahead and shoot Gary Trent in there a little earlier. Get them some buckets and get the offense back rolling. Scottie Barnes, I do want to speak on this. Scottie Barnes got injured at the end of this game. And watching this game, I'm like, hey, nobody's talking about it. He do an interview. He's sitting there like really in pain. He's doing an interview. And you can tell, no, the reporter don't even ask him because I want to know, like, is it wrist, is it fingers, look, I'm a fan of Scottie Barnes. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I want to know some of the extensiveness of that injury. So I'm definitely gonna be paying close attention to see what's going on with Scottie Barnes. But other than that, man, for him to be a rookie, game on the line, to step up to the free throw line, knock down two. Now he's 77% on the season, but he knocked down two major free throws, and even turn around and smiling about it. That guy got a different type of confidence. And when the reporter asked him at the end of the game, she said about those free throws, he said, "I had confidence when I stepped to the lines, I was gonna make them." It's like, okay. Anunoby is starting to become that guy though. Like he got a little bit of that. He can come through to get the offense back spark, because I think that's the one thing that the Raptors was missing last season, is having the ability to like come back, you know, to get that spark back when it's a low. I felt like that's what, on that championship run, that's what Kawhi gave him, right? Kawhi was able to give him that, all right, they know, the scoring, it's a little drought. Kawhi can like, let me get you some points, until the offense get back clicking. I feel like Anunoby is now that guy. And Scottie Barnes can be that guy. Scottie Barnes brings a certain level of energy and electricity, right? Like when he hits a shot or he get a good putback, or he a hustle play like you see him miss the shot, go get his own rebound, put it back up, and beat his chest. It's a jolt of energy that infects everyone. It's that passion that he showed, and I think that's one of the biggest underrated things no one talks about with him. To me, Toronto have always had players that are like, boom, I did it, and they get on back down the court. It's not really a lot of let me beat my chest. Well, Scottie Barnes is that, and it's not a negative because they need that sometimes. Sometimes you need to flex and be like, hey, yo, I'm that guy. You need to recognize. And that's what you get with Scottie Barnes, man. Oh, man, I'm super excited for that young man. Now, that injury, we got to pay close attention to. Hopefully he's not good. I mean, hopefully he is good. Hopefully he's not injured. Hopefully it's not something, bad, man. But we'll see. Also, Steady Freddy. I don't know what this thing is, man. Don't get me wrong. Bench is my guy. But if Steady Freddy's on the court, he's your point guard. He's the one that need to be making decisions. He's the one that need to be bringing the ball up. That's his role. And he's good at it. So to me, it has to be a little bit like old school. Remember back in the days when you catch the ball and whoever the point guard is, you come get the ball and you bring it up. That's the role I want to see Steady Freddy doing more of. But he does it, especially in crunch time. But sometimes in the middle of the game, he just jogs up and let somebody else bring the ball up and set the offense up. No, that's his role. I know it's an adjustment because for a long time, that's Lowry's role. Now that's his role. Because you look at it, he can set up the team, he can collapse the defense, he can kick it out, he can get the assist, and then he can knock down the three. Sometimes now he do fall in love with it, but tonight you seen him knock down a deep three. Just when they need it. And you're starting to see a pattern now. It's starting to feel like, okay, the Raptors kind of got something. You're starting to see what their closing rotation look like now. You're starting to see this thing. You start to see the pieces of the puzzle just starting to come together. Oh, so special, right? Like, you look at the three from Steady Freddy when he was just past the logo and just raised up and knocked it down. Boom. That's what you need. That's what you need and the reason that shot was there because he wasn't just jacking up threes all night. He was actually driving the ball, kicking it. Now you got to respect the drive. Now you can't overcommit to him because he will kick it out. He's not just going to jack up threes. And I think tonight Steady Freddy played a great point guard game, man. Oh man, it was a hell of a game, guys. It just makes it so worth it. That NBA League Pass is definitely worth it. Just for that. All right. So anyway, guys, man, it was a great game. Congratulations to Raptor Nation, man. You got another win. You kicked this road trip off with a dub. With that being said, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, you guys be great.